I should do something like that sometime. So it's going to be a long time in VR before we don't have to use directional pads.
It'll be. I don't know if it'll be a long time. Honestly, just because the way.
What do you do inside of a directional pad? What do you do?
Instead of a directional pad?
Yeah, to move your character around the world, what do you do without...
Are you talking about, like, no joysticks and that?
Yeah, because, like, you're saying that they're going to want to do gloves, and it's like, okay, I get where you're coming from, but the way Valve's doing it is, I think, the best way to do it, where it's a bar that's run across your hand, but you still have a D-pad or like a joystick, right? And a couple buttons, but you still get full articulation.
Then we're on the same page. I thought you were meaning just in the sense of like for your character movement, your hand movement, all that stuff. And I'm like, well, because part of the setup, it depends on how you want to set it up. You can literally just use the D-pads and stuff like that to be like, this is how I grab stuff, this is how I do. So that's what my mind was at, because I was still on the whole articulation.
No, that's a terrible idea.
I was still on the articulation.
Yeah, no, I just mean for moving through the world, because like I get how
you just do triggers.
A glove sensor would be something amazing to have, where it's like you get full hand registry, but they already have full hand registry through Valve.
Yeah, you just do triggers. If they switch over to the gloves, you just do triggers.
Triggers?
Whatever you're holding has a trigger, poop, because you can set up where the you like the bumper and the trigger essentially, where you turn your head and you're like, I want to go that way. Boop, whoop.
No, that's so cheap. We're gonna get.
That's what we have already.
No, but we're past that already. The majority of games are that way, but we're past that already. Have you not seen?
The majority? Then we're not past it if the majority of them are that way.
Right, because they're copping out. They're copping out. They haven't thought of a way to move through the world without teleporting everywhere.
I mean,
all VR games right now, not all, but a lot of VR games are freaking point-and-click adventures.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I got to move my hand over here, and they give you an arbitrary reason why you teleport. You know, like a Portal game would be kind of good in VR at the moment, but because all of them are basically Portal games, because you're like, oh, I'm going to move over there, and you highlight the area, and then you click, and then now you're there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about actual three-dimensional movement, like Boneworks.
We still stick on
Boneworks is doing,
on the joystick.
And then what is the Half-Life?
Alex,
yeah, thank you. Half-Life Alex.
I just watched someone play it the other day, and I was like, that looks cool. And
yeah,
it's still joystick, but you still get to do the whoop.
There's settings. It depends on what
jumping. They switch. Their jumping is set up that way. So if you want to jump, you go boop, and you jump up, or you jump to that location. Yeah. So because after watching them play it, it's still.
I've seen because I saw someone talking about it or whatever, and they said there's actually 3 different settings in the game where, like,
I mean, I'm sure there's multiple settings where you can
straight up just do the teleportation thing like most games are doing, where you can be like, instead of walking around, I go point click and then move there.
I like the fact that you can walk around still though.
Exactly, but like I said, there's 3 options.
Then at that point, you do the trek or the track, whatever the freaking crap is actually called, where the Omni Trek.
Yeah, you think that's actually going to be practical?
I think it'd be more practical than at that point. Like, why not go ahead and have all of us fat gamers start running and shit? I
mean, it'd be good. It'd be nice for a workout to actually like do it in game and everything. But the problem is that even if no matter how realistic we get it, we'll never be able to actually do resistance training. Right, you wouldn't be able to work out in VR. Like you wouldn't even
you could do resistance training. You could do running and then do fucking actual stuff on your own time.
Right, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, you're not gonna ever have the resistance. That's all. You're not gonna have even running
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like that. Well,
no,
but
even running, the only thing you're doing is stamina.
No, at the point they have those little things that you just add to the freaking Omnitreks, where the belt that wraps around you. And at that point, if like the game is, if you can, which we can, if you want to, you can have the wind pressure where it just tightens the freaking thing, where you're like, so like it's actually harder for you to move along. Just have it where it has like almost like a bungee style cord system where like it literally pulls you as you're trying to move forward, so it has like a tight attention to it.
I think we just need to hurry up and get to the holo-deck status.
Where like we just put it on, we're there?
No, where you just walk into a room and then the room turns into it.
That would be pretty dope, but I'd rather have the suit, honestly. I want to feel like I'm gearing up for something.
Well, the holo-deck, the thing that was so impressive about it is that the holo-deck, you could actually set the level of pain intensity.
Oh my god, why? Why?
So you can make it more and more realistic. So instead of having to put a bodysuit on so that you can feel the bullet.
We're gonna have people with PTSD who've never gone into any sort of
Well, you're going into war.
Yeah, but you won't actually be there. So you're just gonna be freaking out
But you are actually
having
there.
actual mental issues because you played a video game.
Whatever scenario you set up.
Granted, I would be so down for that. Just like running around and being like, okay, so I actually got shot in my head. I know what it feels like to get shot in the fucking head. But that would be dope. But
Well, no, see, that's the thing is you wouldn't actually know what it feels like because you wouldn't die.
no, you wouldn't die, but you'd feel the pain. If that's the case, if they're like, yeah, this is gonna be like,
You would feel pain. Like you can, because you can set I think the highest level you could set it was 7. Right, where 10 is like actually realistic kill you.
where your mind actually thinks you're dead.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, at
So
one
it
point,
only let you set it to 7, but that's why Star Trek had a lot of those episodes where all of a sudden the holodeck would freak out and then boom, now the systems malfunction and everything is real.
my question is, and at that point, how do you stop people from actually dying? How would we be able to test something like a holodeck? All right, because you'd have to set up where it's like, okay, yeah, now we set this pain sensitivity. Now, the way the mind works is the mind is what determines whether or not you are alive or not. Okay? So if you get hit in the heart and it feels real enough that your mind registers that you died here.
Yeah. If you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Yeah, how do you prevent that from happening? Where it's like, ugh, oh God, oh God. Like, would you go into just shock? Because after so much pain, our mind literally just says no. Like, we go into shock, we do whatever.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't remember the answers. I don't remember the answers.
Like, how would we
Because Star Trek actually went into a lot of detail on how, like, the holodeck worked and all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's still scientific in the sense of, like, or not scientific, it's science fiction. In the sense of being like, well, can we actually do this?
Science fiction,
Can the human mind and the human body actually contain and be able to be like, yeah, I felt what this felt like without dying, without this, without that.
And it probably, that's why I'm saying I don't think it actually feels exactly like it. Because that's why you can only set the realism to 7 or something like that.
Because at that point, yeah, you would just die.
Yeah, exactly. And so if you put it, if it's too realistic, it really kills you. And it's not because the bullets actually shoot you and penetrate you and kill you. It's because it's so realistic your body thinks that the bullets are shooting you and killing you. What are you looking for?
My fags.
They're probably inside. Do you just want one of mine?
I just had them. I literally grabbed one, lit one, and it just vanished my pack.
Is it in this pocket?
No, this is an empty pack, which I need to throw away because it keeps deceiving me.
Is it on the floor?
Is it?
I don't know.
Ah, dang it, I thought you saw it.
No, I'm just asking you questions.
I don't know. Yeah, can I get one from me?
Yeah.
I don't know where the heck they're at.
But the point I'm making, and like, yes, there's a lot of things, and someone much smarter than me can figure it out. Is the only way I'd actually be down with VR and think that it is the better way to game is if we get to the point that it's basically holodeck.
Which then at that point, I think what I was talking about would be fine for you then. Is a full bodysuit where you're like, you're gearing up, you're playing a game today.
Well,
this is what I'm doing.
I've used VR a couple times. I don't like the screen being so close to my eyes. Like, that's so weird. It's bad for your vision.
No, no.
Don't say it's not. There's plenty of studies.
Studies have actually proven that it's not. Just, when we were growing up and your parents were like, don't be sitting close to the screen because it affects blah, blah, blah. No, the only thing that's bad for your eyes when you're sitting that close to the screen is the colors. Is the way that the light actually hits you. So you can change that, which we've learned how to do that. You can change that, and that's not an issue. It's just a strain on your eyes. It's not actually bad for your eyes if you change the settings, which we know how to do. That's all I'm saying. So, no.
Okay.
No, we can fix that. That's a simple issue.
Sure.
It's a simple issue.
I'll trust you on that one.
Because
but,
it's just, and all it is the
we
blue,
should pull up some studies.
It's the blue light effect on it. That's
pull up some studies. That's all
that
I'm saying.
affects our eyes. Just the same way that they tell you when you're doing stuff like I'm doing, where you're looking at a computer screen all day, they're like, you need to change that setting because otherwise that will mess with your eyes because your eyes are straining. You should change the settings. That's it. That's a simple fix to that problem. It's not that it's actually too close because there's no actual such thing as too close to the screen as much as it's that you are close in the sense of light. the light affecting your actual eyes.
I'm gonna take your word on it. But
The
I'm
only
still
reason-
gonna be
The only
skeptical.
You can be skeptical. The only reason I say that is because I was reading a study about it where I was like, man, my parents were always telling me don't sit so close to the screen. It's like it'll affect your eyes. It does with the lighting that we had.
Yeah.
But after proven time,
Yeah.
we learned that no, it's not that how close you sit to the screen. It's the lighting and effect of being that close. So when we change the lighting effect, it's not a problem.
Because see, this sounds like. I'm not saying this is.
Go for it.
So don't take this the wrong way. But
I'm taking it the wrong way.
Oh my goodness, I don't want you to. If you have to, you have to. Because I still want to say what I want to say.
Yeah, say it.
This just reminds me a lot of when I was having a conversation with a person, and we were talking about the fact that cell phones actually heat your brain up. Right? The Wi-Fi, it's another wavelength. It's like a microwave.
It's a radio.
It actually does heat your brain up by a degree after several minutes of exposure to it, right? And she wanted to disprove me, so she pulled up the actual study that I was referencing.
Yeah.
She pulled it up, and she was like, yeah, it's not true because it's got to be 5 minutes or something, or it has to be within 5 inches of your brain, and it's got to be for over a minute or something. And I'm like, okay, so you just, yes, exactly.
Yeah, with it being right next to
if
your
you're
ear.
holding your cell phone up and talking into it, it is heating up your brain. I win the argument, but you're using the same thing I presented to you to try and disprove me.
Yeah.
As like, no, only if you're doing it.
No, the thing
only
is,
if you're using your cell phone.
This is where we're separating, though. It's because mine isn't only if you're doing it. It's if you choose to not change your settings. If you choose to not change your settings, which we already know how to change the settings, and most games at this point have that setting where you can change it to where it doesn't actually mess with your eyes. Because it's from my understanding of it, is think about it looking at directly into the sun, right?
Oh God, it's the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
It's the
we
worst.
shouldn't do that. It's bad for our eyes because so much light is actually going into our eyes.
Yeah, I did it the other day unintentionally.
Why?
I know it sounds
When you're
weird.
like, "Ah!"
I know it's weird that it sounds unintentional that I looked at it, but there was something like at the sun that I was like, what is that? And I'm like, God, I'm just basically staring at the sun trying to see that thing.
See
and
whatever
I can't.
that is right there.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't. And then I went back to like look at other stuff, and there's just yellow
spots. Yeah,
yellow
but
spots everywhere. And I'm like, oh God, this is terrible.
but
How
that-
long is this gonna last?
That's the reasoning, though.
Yeah.
Is that it's literally comes down because I'm not saying you're wrong at all. Yes, it is bad to look that close into a screen without the changing of the settings. Because without changing your settings from I forget what it actually is called, because you have your blue light and then you have what Zach has on his phone. Change the settings on his phone where it's like, yeah, I can stare at my phone all day and not be like, oh God, I haven't changed mine. I need to, but
I need to figure out how to do that then. That'd be nice.
It's just in your standard settings. Go to display.
What's settings?
We're not going to do it. Anyway, just go to your display. And
What's a
you'll
display?
Find it. You'll find it. Anyways.
I don't know how any of this stuff works. Come on, man. I don't know how to use any of
This
it.
is standard. Our generation should just know.
I was thinking it would be really fun for us to try and contact a bunch of YouTubers and podcasters
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
to try and be like, hey, I know we're nobody at all because we only have 30 subscribers, but you should let us on your show, and then it would just be so much fun.
Dude, it'd be a lot of fun to hang out with some of the YouTubers.
Even if they're small as well, it would be fun to give it a shot, especially since I'm assuming we'd have to like Skype them or something. And then I would love to
I mean, we could meet them. There's that possibility. Okay, by the way, a lot of YouTubers are in our area. A lot of big YouTubers are not in Tennessee specifically, but the Eastern Coast.
Yeah, but I'm not traveling.
Why? Traveling is my go-to thing. I love
I work
traveling.
too much, and I'm not taking time off of work. I like that money.
Making money moves?
Making the money moves, which means not taking time off of work. Also, we're so short-handed, I can't take time off of work. I should go ahead and say that
No,
too.
you should tell them to go suck it.
I can't do that. Not until I actually start generating paid time off, and then I can take paid time
When
off.
do you get paid time off?
Probably about 3 years. About 3 years, I'll start generating it.
All right.
Yeah, approximately.
I kind of get it.
Yeah, it's a long-term plan.
Okay, yeah. So we start contacting some of these YouTubers just to chill out with them. That'd be dope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, to be featured and to do stuff with them, and we'll feature them on our tiny channel. And
Well, let's not do any YouTubers that I do because they do a lot of drawings and we suck at drawing. Oh, I suck at drawing.
I suck at drawing too, but if in a way, wouldn't that just be funny?
It would be a lot of fun.
Because it's like, oh, we're gonna draw together, and it's like,
It's like,
wow, aren't I good?
Do you have this computer program? No. Do you have this?
Yeah.
No. How are you gonna draw with this? I don't know.
Well, I've got a pen and a pad.
No, I can put it up to the camera and look at this. Oh no, we could probably draw. We could ask our friend.
Oh my God, we could have Triple C do it for us.
Yes. That would be fantastic.
We could be the ones on audio and everything because she has all the
Well,
programs.
isn't hers Cupcake or something like that? Something Cupcake.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Cupcake Princess or something.
I don't know.
It's a weird name. Anyways, her name's something on YouTube. It's Cupcake.
But yeah, that'd be a really good kind of like prank also, without telling them obviously that's a prank, but be like, yeah, we're gonna do this thing, and then we have an actual artist that's like,
Dude.
that's probably on their level, maybe a little worse. I don't know what level of these drawers.
Okay,
that
so
she
at the end of the day, all right, this is a totally different subject, but not entirely. I feel like at the end of the day, I'm gonna be the one who's doing techie stuff unless we get a full tech guy.
Well, Bear Thing's good at tech.
Yeah, but he's not here, and the problem is a lot of these people that I know also do stuff on social
whenever
media
the lockdown gets lifted in the flight,
unfortunately, a lot of our stuff has been
travels.
prepared. A lot of our stuff we've talked to him, prepared for it, and now we aren't able to do it because of this nonsense.
Yeah,
So,
well, he was about to come back. That was the thing, is he was actually about to take a flight back whenever they locked the flights down, so he's stuck.
why did they do the E that way? Because your thing says love. By the way, I don't know if you know that.
Because that's E and that's A.
No, I'm not worried about the E and the A. It's just, I get that they were like, this is no, but then it's like E, right? E's this.
That's E?
Yeah, that's E.
Well, no, that's A.
That's A.
That's E?
Yes. Because the thing is, you're just making the E. That's I, R, and it's weird. Okay? Like, why my sister chose to make all her children learn how to do sign language, but they don't actually use it anymore.
J.
Yeah, like, but this is not, this is I.
That's I?
Yeah. Now,
wait, what's B? Because I thought it was A, B, or is A?
It may be A, but I don't remember.
C.
B, I don't know, E. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it anymore. I
remember
time.
this.
Yeah, okay, now let's not throw those up. We're not doing anything like that.
Oh, okay. Is that illegal?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's not even the current symbol.
It doesn't matter. It's still affiliated. So we're not doing anything like that. So
Yeah, well, know the enemy.
study the enemy. Know the enemy. Don't replicate the enemy.
Well, it's good to know your enemy. That's all I'm saying.
All right. After this point, I think we could.
Oh, we're gonna end it there? Is that what you're saying?
We can. We can. I just want to know where my thing is.
All right, bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye. This